Welcome to another episode. This is an Audi A3 8P and the wheel bearing is noisy, so let's replace that, and while we're at it we'll do the disc and the brake pads too. First off, we'll use this. It's a chock for the wheel, as the handbrake will be off and we don't want the car rolling away. So put it into place at the front of the car, in front of the wheel, give it a good kick and it should stabilize. Next you'll need to remove the center cap, and with a tool I fashioned, insert it and just pull away the center cap. Next you'll need a 17mm socket, or you can use the wrench supplied. Also the security key for the security bolt that's on the car. You'll see there, it's a particular type. Put that in first and gently turn it. Press in while you're turning it, because it can jump, and if you destroy that then there could be a problem. Sometimes it might take a couple of goes to get it, and then once you have it, just loosen it. Remove that and you'll have the 17 socket, so loosen the nuts, or I should say the bolts. Work your way around until you have them all a little loose, but don't remove them because the car is not off the ground yet. We're going to jack the car up now, so find the jacking point. There's usually a mark on the sill, and then you can use the jack that's supplied with the car to lift it, or you can use a little trolley jack, which I just happen to have. So line it up with the cup of the jack underneath the mark, and with the handle of the jack just make sure that the jack is locked into place and jack away. Now you don't need to jack it too far, just enough to get the wheel off the ground, and just keep going until you think the wheel might be leaving the ground. There you go, move the wheel, it's off the ground. Now we got to think about safety, because if you're working underneath a car or near enough, your hands, feet could be nearby or underneath. It can pose a hazard, particularly if the jack fails. So again, use axle stands or supports. Just find the right height that you need to fit them in. Slot it in under there. And again, for a little bit of added security, use the second one. Now, if the jack should fail, it'll come down onto the stands, but not onto you. With the 17mm socket and the security key, just remove now. Remove the security key off the socket and then remove the other bolts. Again, you can do it by hand, or I just happen to have a little gun handy. And that's done. Put them to one side, and the tire might be tight on, so give it a kick and they should come off. With some penetrating oil, spray the bolts at the back of the calipers, top and bottom. Give them a nice generous amount. It'll help to remove them when you come to do that. After a few minutes then, using a wire brush, clean the bolt heads at the back of the calipers, top and bottom, and give it a good old rub to get all the dirt and grime out of the way. With the 13mm spanner, loosen it. It's upwards, that's it. top one has already been loosened, and then with the 15mm there's another little nut inside that you need to hold, otherwise the 13 will spin. So work away, loosen up until it's loose enough that you can remove it with your hands. The same applies on the bottom. Again, work away. Sometimes it can be a little bit awkward to get it into place, and sometimes you may have to lie down to do it, but if you've done it before then you'll have an idea how it works. So once it's hand loose, and just remove it like so, and same with the bottom one. Might take a moment to get it out, and there you go. To remove the caliper, a screwdriver, pinch bar, crowbar, get that into place there, just kind of wedge it out. The piston will sort of grip on a bit, but it will come out. Just work it there, back and forward until it comes out. And once you have it out, place it to one side, make sure you don't snag anything. Remove the old pads, and the rear one, oh dear, overdue. Move it. The disc is held in place with one screw, as you see there. Now that one there is a T30, so you'll need a T30 bit, which I just happen to have. Fit that onto a ratchet with an adapter to bring it down to 1/4. Once you have that done, then it goes counterclockwise. A sudden jerk or a snap will loosen it, and you can undo it by hand, like so. Again, put that off to one side, and now the disc is ready to come off. Unfortunately, this has been on for some time, so what we're going to have to do then is we're going to have to try and coax it off. What you do then is a nice hammer, just give it a tap here and there, keep tapping it, move it around. You can see some of the road dirt falling off underneath, but such as, tap away. And then a couple of more taps here and there. Looks like it's almost ready to come off. Just tap the back of the disc. Don't worry, you're not going to be using this disc again. There, that's loosened, and it'll come off at an angle. And now we have the disc off. And now for the dust cap. I use an old wood chisel, so you can use a screwdriver if you like. And with the hammer then, you just need to get it, work it around and get it off, because you don't want to break anything or leave pieces of the dust cap inside. It doesn't help. So tap around, work your way around, and it will loosen. Might take a little bit of time. It's starting to come loose there now, so what you can do then is you can slightly angle the chisel, the handle of it, back towards the car. Just gently tap, don't hit it very hard, just gently tap it, and it will come out. And that's it. And that's what we're going to tackle next. So using an M18, you See there, and it's on a 1/2 inch drive. Put in the long bar, and this is now where you would really want to have had your breakfast or your lunch, because it's not easy. People get this far and then can't really go any further because they just can't loosen that. But I'm not one to give up, so what I'll do then is I'll try a different way to leverage. Some people would put a pipe onto the long bar and use that as extra leverage. Instead, what I'll do then is I'll use my own weight, and that is a lifetime guarantee strong bar, so I'm not too worried about that. You can see there it's loosened. Just go again a few times, and then just keep at it. It'll get easier to go as you work along. Now I'm going to speed this up a little because it does take some amount of time, because it's a very long thread. Now it seems to be loose enough. I'm going to put the 1/2 inch ratchet onto it, and we should be able to remove it the rest of the way. Look at that. So it's just a matter now of grabbing it, taking it off. Bearings inside there. You can feel that it's a little bit loose and there's a tiny bit of movement there. Before you go any further, make sure the area is clean. Get rid of all the little bit of excessive bit of corrosion and rust. Get it, well, as much as you can. Wire brush everywhere you can see, because now in a few minutes a brand new bearing is going to go into place, and the last thing we want is any bits of rust or debris getting in there. One of the caliper bolts just came out, or the sliding guides. Let's just continue, and again, remove as much as you can. It'll never be perfect, not unless you replace it with brand new parts, but do what you can. With the screwdriver as well, there is some little bits, I mean, they're obstinate. Just get in there and try and clean them out. With a cloth, just give the shaft a wipe, make sure there's no dust and dirt on it. So with some penetrating spray, be generous and spray all the rusted areas that you can see. It'll act as a barrier against and slow down any further corrosion. Again, don't worry about just put plenty on it. For the shaft now, use some high temperature moly grease. Put it around, do it by finger if you like. Just make sure that's where the bearing and hub piece is going to go. So it's going to sit there nicely. Also, when you run your finger around, you'll also feel any grit that you can remove. It seems to be clean. So what we do then is, once you have your hand wiped off, pull out the new bearing. And that's nice, isn't it? That's pretty. That goes on the inside. Put it into place, no particular order. Make sure it spins, which it does. In the box also comes the bolt. Brand new bolt. Never use the old ones because you don't know what torque it's going to be. And you also get a dust cap for when you've finished putting in the bolt. Now putting it together, it's going to be a reversal of removal. Once you have it in place, then you have to torque it in. Now some say 155 and some say 180, so I've gone for 175. And you torque away until you hear the click, and again, and that should be it. Next you're fitting the dust cap. Now I'm going to use a block of wood because it's nice and flat. Now generally you use a rubber mallet, but don't use a hammer directly onto it or you could knock it out of shape. So work your way around gently with it and it should go in nice and evenly. If it goes in crooked, you could get water or dirt in and it'll destroy your bearing. When you think you have it in there, just spin it around a bit and just check to see that it's completely flat in. It's probably not necessary, but just give everything a little bit of a rub with a wire brush. And then a bit of a wipe down, make sure there's no debris. And then I'll apply some copper grease to the face of it. Run it around there. Helps the disc to hold it in place when it's going to be fitted next. Before you fit the disc, just move it around slightly, and you remember where the little screw went. Line that at the top. Well, you can line it anywhere as long as you know where the screw is going to go. Again, insert it at an angle and bring it up to the top, and you should be able to find where the screw goes in. Just there. You'll have to line it up behind as well. It might take a little bit of maneuvering. So hold the disc up against, and once you've found the hole, the screw should go in. Put it in as much as you can with your hand, and then continue to hold it because you don't want the disc to slide out of place or it won't be in balance. Tighten it then with T30, then fit it to the 1/2 inch ratchet and tighten it as much as you can, which should be difficult, and hold the disc as well while you do it. Give it a snap, and that should be it. These are the old brake pads. Do not fit them. Fit new brake pads. Now the caliper won't go back into place, so what you'll need is a caliper piston retract tool, and what you do is you fit it in and you turn it. Some go clockwise, some go counterclockwise. In this one it's counterclockwise. So you wind it and adjust it until it goes right back down where it should be. Keep at it and it'll retract fully. Once it's retract fully, then you can remove it and you're ready to fit the pads and the caliper into place. The brake pads should slide snugly in and be a good fit. If not, then you may have the wrong ones. Now let's put the caliper back on. Now you might have to wiggle it around a bit, and not to forget that the guides at the back, they could get in the way, so you may have to move them slightly. And right, it's ready to be bolted in. Now new bolts come with the pads, so fit them. Do say the top one first once you have it into place. Thread it in a bit, then go for the bottom one. Now the springs at the back of the pads will stop the caliper from moving, or it'll stop it and offer some resistance. So you'll need to press it down to get that bolt into place. Might take a little bit of pressure, but you should be able to get it. Next you'll need your 13. And your 15. That's the top one. Now the bottom. Now it's a good idea to check again, just to make sure that it's good and tight. Don't want a loose caliper. You can run the wire brush around again to make sure that there's no debris. And then you can use a little bit of copper grease for where the wheel meets the disc. Now also a little bit of brake and clutch cleaner to get rid of any contaminants. The wheel is ready to go on now, so just line it up there for one of the holes, say at the top. Now there is a guide bolt you can get, or sometimes comes with the kits, that you can put it in and slide the wheel directly on, but I don't have it, so I'm just going to line it up as best I can. With the wheel bolts back in place, then just tighten them up, but you won't be able to fully tighten them till the wheel is down, just so that they're nice and tight but not torqued. Next then just spin the wheel to make sure that it's not snagging. So now we're ready to lower the car down off the jack, but not fully yet. So remove the axle stand supports we'll start to lower the car gently. And just to give you a better idea, you can see that we've just lowered the car tire just touching the ground. So it's not moving. We don't want the wheel to take the full weight yet until the nuts or bolts are fully tightened. So with the recommended torque for your car, tighten until you hear the click and work your way around. Now the security key or the locking one, you can't really torque that because you can damage it, but do the full torque with the rest of them. And now to fit the center cap, it has a little notch on the back and it has a little groove on the wheel where they slot in together. So just tap that into place and it's all done. Hope you found this useful. If you do, give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe and follow us on the usual social media platforms. And yes, don't forget to remove the jack and the front shock, and safe driving.